Run this guy over here.
Oh my fucking God.
Start driving with this guy in the car. Drive.
Oh my fucking... Oh my God! You probably just ran him over. Oh my God. Oh my God.
Off the car. He was on the car.
Oh my God.
Is he dead?
I don't know.
Hopefully.
No! No! Shame! Shame! Oh my fucking God! What the fuck? What the fuck? You just fucking... What the fuck did you do?
The difference between these two incidents is clear. In one case, the man who committed the murder was jumping in front of somebody's car. In the other case, the person got run over. Conservatives celebrated the one where the murder actually happened, and the one where the guy actually got run over. Why? Because in one case, the person who murdered somebody got in front of their car with a badge and a gun under the behest of the Trump administration. And in the other case, it was a streamer they liked. The real distinction is not between people who threaten other people's lives and attempt murder or not. It's whether or not those murderers act in the interests of the people claiming they're okay with it. They have no problem with it if you get in front of somebody's car, as long as the reason you're doing so is to force them out of it so that they can be abducted by your thugs. As long as those thugs are acting on the behalf of your weird ethnic cleansing policies, you're fine with it, conservatives. And as long as the person who runs the person over is not doing it to one of those thugs, you'll support them fully. Thus, armed thugs can surround the car of a woman until one of them gets in front of it with a gun, and because those people are acting in your interests as far as you consider it, you're on their side. As fucking usual, hypocrisy from this crowd is manifest, and they will endorse blood-soaked murder as long as it gets their rocks off, as long as it continues to penalize the other. So just remember this, the next time these people claim that they're about stopping gangs and violence and crime, they will support carjacking, abduction, armed violence, thugs surrounding a woman in her fucking van. They will do that anytime they want, as long as those people are acting at the behest of their fascist administration. They are not here to prevent crime or violence or anything else. They are here to endorse whatever amount of murder and violence they can, as long as it gets what they want done. And so many people are already running cover for it. So many Republicans are acting like these people were rioting. They weren't. There was no riot. There was no violence until the fucking thugs pulled out their guns and murdered a woman. So remember this. Remember this the next time they try to claim that they're here to help. They are only here to enforce the violence of the state, and they do not give a fuck about you. And if any of them want to prove me wrong, I want to see literally every single person who stood up for Clavicular on the side of this woman. Because there is nothing wrong with what she did when he was fully clear of the car when she started to drive forward. The ultimate truth is, he didn't need to fire a single shot, but he fired not one, but two, but 3 shots. After she had already been clear, they were still shooting her because they're murderers and psychopaths and authoritarians. Because if this is how they respond to somebody getting in front of a car, they have no problem with that. If this is how they respond to murder, they have no problem with that. If this is how they respond to authoritarianism, never let them act like they're on the side of liberty. I want to see every single influencer who stood up for Clavicular stand up for this woman. Because if it's acceptable to run over somebody for a cell phone that they have in their hand while they get on the hood of your car, then it's acceptable if they have a gun. It doesn't matter if they have a badge. What matters is that this is aggression and that this is crime, and it shouldn't be acceptable under any fucking circumstance. If you disagree, you are a coward who has no strength and no courage to stand with your convictions, and you have no business telling any of us what to think about fucking anything. But we all know that these people ain't gonna be internally consistent. They ain't gonna be philosophically sound. They ain't gonna stand by their own ethical principles, because it's not about that. It's about using principles as a cudgel in order to control somebody else while you get away with whatever you want. This is tyranny. It is not liberty. It is not here to defend your rights. And if you get in their way even a little bit, for a little bit of time, they will murder you. If you accept this, you are nothing more than a bootlicking pussy little coward. If you ask for it, you are nothing more than a tyrant. If you are the kind of person who can watch a woman get murdered after her vehicle was surrounded by a bunch of armed thugs and act like it's okay because those armed thugs were acting in the defense of your white supremacist ethnic cleansing, then you have no business claiming Christianity, claiming any sort of liberty, claiming the Constitution, anything. You are scum. Let it be known.
We collectively are going to do everything possible to get to the bottom of this, to get justice, and to make sure that there is an investigation that is conducted in full. But what we do know is that a 37-year-old woman is dead and that she was shot by ICE. We've dreaded this moment since the early stages of this ICE presence in Minneapolis. Not only is this a concern that we've had internally, we've been talking about it. They are not here to cause safety in this city. What they are doing is not to provide safety in America. What they are doing is causing chaos and distrust. They're ripping families apart. They're sowing chaos on our streets. And in this case, quite literally killing people. So they are already trying to spin this as an action of self-defense. Having seen the video of myself, I want to tell everybody directly, that is bullshit. This was an agent recklessly using power that resulted in somebody dying, getting killed. As soon as it happened and we learned of the incident, we had several priorities. The first, of course, was to get the victim to the hospital and to get care as soon as possible. To the family, I'm so deeply sorry. There's nothing that I can say right now that's going to make you or your relatives or the friends of the victim feel any better. There were, I believe, 2 Minneapolis police officers that responded and were in the ambulance on the way to the hospital. The second was to get ICE off of the scene. There were dozens, if not hundreds, of ICE and federal officers that were there at the time. Having them there was only causing more chaos. Having them there was only making a difficult situation even more problematic, and one that, yes, they created themselves. There's little I can say, again, that'll make this situation better, but I do have a message for ICE. To ICE, get the fuck out of Minneapolis. We do not want you here. Your stated reason for being in this city is to create some kind of safety, and you are doing exactly the opposite. People are being hurt. Families are being ripped apart. long-term Minneapolis residents that have contributed so greatly to our city, to our culture, to our economy are being terrorized, and now somebody is dead. That's on you. And it's also on you to leave. It's on you to make sure that further damage, further loss of life and injury is not done.